Councilmember Kassar, you pulled this.
Yes, Mayor. Pool 2 and TOVO 1 have to do with the petition rights issue, and I think the staff have addressed that pretty clearly, so I would vote no on these and stick with the way that we read state law.
Okay. Does anyone want to, can we just vote on Pool 2 and TOVO 1? I think we've already discussed these.
I had a couple of questions for staff.
Okay.
And I'm thinking it's probably legal staff, so.
You got her.
Got it right here. Okay. So I'm looking at the state protest rights provision, which is Local Government Code 211.006D. And it says if a proposed change to a regulation or boundary is protested in accordance with this subsection, the proposed change must receive, in order to take effect, the affirmative vote of at least 3/4 of all members of the governing body. The protest must be written and signed by the owners of at least 20% of either, and so forth. So there is no express exception to protest rights for comprehensive revisions in this language. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
I just quoted from section 211.006D, and I said, I asked you, I said there is no express exception to protest rights for comprehensive revisions in this language. Is that correct?
In that language, that's correct.
There is no case in Texas that directly holds protest rights do not apply to comprehensive revisions. Is that also correct?
Councilmember Poole, I feel like we're going to an area where it's inappropriate for me to discuss this in open session. I can repeat for you the advice that we've given to council since we began this process years ago, and there's nothing that the law department has found that changes our advice in that regard.
In that review, did you find any cases in Texas that directly hold protest rights do not apply to comprehensive
We
revisions?
reviewed cases from Texas and elsewhere and stick with our position, which is that the bulk of that evidence of everything we've reviewed leads us to take the position we have taken, which is that protest rights do not lie with a comprehensive revision.
Okay. And is it, would you agree that if you had found cases in Texas that directly would have supported protest rights that don't apply to comprehensive revisions, that you would have listed them?
Okay.
No, I would not.
Okay.
I've listed them in any public document.
Okay, I just have one other question. In the law department's memo that we heard that you kindly read to us last Wednesday in the work session, it said the council could recognize protest rights if we wished, especially since there is no case on point. Is that right? I think it was.
That is not in the memo. That may have been in a statement made. The state law dictates where protest rights exist. I do not believe that the council has the authority to declare that there are protest rights where none exist in state law.
What was the third point that you made about 20%?
The state law about protests deals with 20% of the either ownership or area of the land.
So again, I'm getting really uncomfortable cross-examining our lawyers about legal opinions. I'm happy to go into executive session for this, but I think it's inappropriate for our attorneys to be cross-examined.
I really wasn't cross-examining.
I mean,
I was
okay.
just asking some
I'd rather our
level
counsel
questions.
not address that question.
That's fine.
Outside here.
I appreciate the answers that I got. Thank you.
Okay, let's take a vote on Pool 2 and TOVO 1. Those in favor of Pool 2, TOVO 1, please raise your hand. TOVO, Kitchen, Pool, Alter. Those opposed, please raise your hand. Those voting no, Pools 2 and TOVO 1 do not pass. That gets us to Pool 5.
And also want to go back.
I had a second amendment on my number 8 on that yellow sheet.
On what? I'm sorry?
I had Amendment 2 on under number 8, ensuring protest rights on the sheet. Amendment to protect Austin property owners' valid petition rights should a court hold that the city's legal position is wrong.
Okay, let's vote on the second half of that. Amendment 2, those in favor of the pool amendment 2, please raise your hand. Tovo Kitchen Pool alter, those opposed, please raise your hands. The balance of the dais, 8, Amendment 2, pool does not pass.